Hey everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net, and for some reason, still a shareholder in Helios and Matheson, which owns MoviePass. And as such, I've obviously got a lot of feelings to get off my chest. But first, a heads up, this was at one point a live stream. For those of you who are watching this after the fact, it was a live stream. That means the video might be a little long. That means it might not get to the point as fast as you normally would see. But I do have a very strict 30-minute rule today. We're not going to be doing this more than 30 minutes. So, while I will interact and I will take a few questions, for those of you who might not be interested in that part and are watching this after the fact, well, the first 10 minutes should be the most important. We'll just get that out of the way. And obviously the news for MoviePass has been pretty dire. Not only for shareholders, but for fans of MoviePass, which I am first and foremost a fan of MoviePass. There's a little bit of traffic, so sorry for the noise. And I bought MoviePass stock not necessarily as a serious investment. I bought it because I did hope it would turn around, but I also wanted to support the company. I saved so much money on MoviePass that I basically threw them a little bit of money here and there to help keep them afloat. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, why don't you get the A-list? Guys, I have the A-list. I also have Cinemia. Actually, because of what I do, all of it's a business expense, so in theory, I could just keep it all. But I had a special place in my heart for MoviePass. I really liked the idea. Sorry, one second, guys. This is the problem with doing this in public. But I wanted to make the video, and just kind of the way it did. So anyway, as you probably have read, you read a few things. You read that MoviePass ran out of money, and that they had to get an emergency loan to continue operations, and that the stock is falling. On the first note, it's not been confirmed that MoviePass ran out of money. What has been confirmed is that they didn't have enough to pay for their credit card transaction people. Whoever they pay the vendors to handle the credit card, they didn't have enough money to pay them. So they did take an emergency loan to pay them off and get the services back on track. Doesn't mean MoviePass has no money, but let's be honest, it pretty much means they have no money. So that's number one. And the second thing you heard is that, well, oh man. Wow. Live streams, I tell you. Live. Anything can happen when it's live. Let me move a little bit away from this truck. So, anyway, they not only, yes, they did run out. They did not pay their credit card processing lenders. They did get an emergency loan. And the stock definitely got hammered, proving once again that the reverse stock split was not a good idea. It just was not a good idea, and they had till December to do it, but they decided to do it right away, and now they're in a pickle. And now, assuming that the stock did not get reversed, it would literally be a penny stock. It would be trading for 1.5 cents. So it's not a good situation. So, what do I think is going to happen? And what do I think needs to happen? And VHS Pro Wrestling just asked a very interesting question. Do you think if they went back to the $30, $40 a month deal, they'd lose a lot of subscribers, but they'd be able to stay afloat like before? And that, I don't know. I do think the growth at all cost mentality has definitely cost them dearly. I think letting people see repeat viewings of the same movie was a huge mistake. Wasted millions of dollars. And it ultimately only told them one thing. That certain people will, when you give them unlimited subscriptions, will just watch the same thing over and over. That is what that taught them. So they should have never done that. And of course, they should not have been a publicly traded company. They were not ready. They are very much still in startup mode. Startups are known for raising a lot of capital, but not making money for a long time. But when you're publicly traded, Walmart only cares about two things: growth and profits. of which MoviePass did a very good job at showing growth. They just did not do a very good job at showing profitability, which is one of the reasons we're in this mess. So where do they go from here? Well, first of all, here's a very basic thing, and you're just gonna have to accept it. I can imagine all of you are gonna be typing angry text when I say this, but your plans to see Mission Impossible 6 with MoviePass, cancel them. Don't even plan on it. Not gonna happen. In fact, even though the MoviePass service is turned back on, you will notice that Mission Impossible is blocked out. So whatever plans you had about seeing Mission Impossible, either see it with AMC stubs, see it with Cinemia, or pay out of pocket. MoviePass is not going to cover that. That's like the first thing that they're going to do. And I always kind of joked that if MoviePass could survive Mission Impossible, they might make it, because come September and August and October, people don't have nearly as many movies they want to see. Maybe the cash flow could be slowed down a little bit. But because we're in the situation that we are now, they're not even worrying about covering your tickets to Mission Impossible, unless it's an e-ticketed theater, because e-ticket theaters are partnered theaters. I wish that truck would move so I could get back in the shade. I feel the phone getting hot. Oh, he's moving. Good. So I might move back over there in a second, guys. So first of all, don't expect to see Mission Impossible 6. Secondly, all you people complaining about peak pricing, guess what? That ain't happening either. That ain't happening either. Peak pricing, sticking around. The peak pricing will absolutely stick around. In fact, you might even see peak pricing on like Discount Tuesdays. My suggestion, I wouldn't see movies on those days with MoviePass. I just wouldn't. So, and what's the third thing? What is the third thing? Yeah, I don't know what the third thing is, but that's the two things they can do. What do I think is going to happen from this point on? Well, let me put it this way. I think within a week or maybe two, you will see a bankruptcy filing. You will see a bankruptcy filing. Now, they will file under bankruptcy protection. Now, this is not the worst thing that could happen. I mean, it's not a good thing, especially since way more companies go under with the bankruptcy than they get out of. But bankruptcy is a stay of execution. They will be given an influx of cash to restructure the business and to become profitable. That will buy them till probably the end of the year. They can continue to sell subscriptions, which they might get to 5 million during the restructuring. I don't know. And the restructuring would hopefully let us get rid of Ted Farnsworth. So hopefully that could bring them back around. Now, I have been reading some of the comments, and there's especially one guy in particular who is singing the praises of AMC. And hopefully AMC buys him out. And guys, you don't want MoviePass to go away. Even if you don't subscribe to MoviePass, keep in mind, AMC was one of the most vocal opponents against MoviePass. Subscription services, they are not here, they're not the future. And MoviePass proved that they were the future. So AMC created one to take customers away from MoviePass. But I'm suspicious of their ulterior motives, because AMC ain't making movie off their subscriptions either. People think, oh, it's $20, so they must be sustainable. No, it's not sustainable because it's $20. It's sustainable because it ensures that the people using it go to the theater and buy their snacks. That's how sustainable. If people are using AMC as much as they're using MoviePass, and some are even using it on 3D and IMAX movies, they're losing way more money to the studios than MoviePass ultimately is. But AMC is also never wanted to change the status quo. So if MoviePass goes away and Cinemia is no competition, don't expect AMC stubs to last. They might keep it around, but they might not. I think MoviePass more or less forced everyone to kind of get into this model, and if the disruptor is not there, then the theaters will just go back to what they were doing before, and you will go back to paying tickets full time. That's one of the reasons I recommended you keep both AMC and MoviePass. I mean, yeah, you might use MoviePass less than AMC, but it was $10. You weren't going to miss it, and it kept the disruptor there. That kept AMC good. You don't want a monopoly in this business, guys. Trust me. You never want monopolies. So, Anyway, I see Jimmy says, I hope you upload this video. Well, it will be uploaded. B-Dog says, fire Ted. Let's see here. VHS Pro Wrestling says, why does AMC service work for them and MoviePass doesn't? Is it because there's in their theater? Well, the MoviePass does work at AMC, but the AMC doesn't work anywhere else because it is their own personal thing. Aaron says Cinemark is the best one. Everyone should get it. I highly disagree. You would be a damn fool to get Cinemark's. Theirs is the weakest. If you have your own personal reasons for getting it, that's fine. But no person who does basic math and sees more than one movie a month would ever get Cinemark. So, Mr. Pete says, yeah, maybe Cinemark might buy MoviePass to compete against A-List. And that's the other thing. Ted Farnsworth did say something yesterday before all this happened that does strongly suggest that they plan to spin off MoviePass into its own separate company. And MoviePass has way too many subscribers and too much brand recognition to not go bought. I could see a real analytics company like Facebook or Google or heck even Amazon, although please not Amazon. I could see them buying it. I could see a company with deep pockets seeing this as another extension for people's information and to get into a business that they want to break into. So MoviePass has a very good chance at this point of being acquired. But the story's not good, and as long as Helios and Matheson is the parent owner, because that's the thing, people might want MoviePass. They don't want Helios and Matheson. They don't want Ted Farnsworth. So anyway, Jimmy says AMC works because it's more like a season pass for Six Flags. That's probably a good analogy because here's the thing. We have like a season pass for Disneyland and we have a season pass for Six Flags and Knott's Berry Farm. Heck, I have many of those passes in my pocket because I love theme parks. But can you imagine a pass that would let you go to all the theme parks? You know, that's where it can get problematic because the reason the individual theme parks sell you that pass at a loss is because when you go there, you're guaranteed to be there most of the day and you will pay parking and you will buy food. So they are getting some income in return. But the person who has the pass to all those theme parks, they don't get a kickback on those concessions. I really wish the independent theater chain had banded together to save MoviePass, and they still might, because they will be the ones that are affected the most if MoviePass goes under. But when I read that Alamo Draft House, of all people, are making their own subscription service, when they do not have the scale or the size to even successfully do that, why didn't they partner with MoviePass? Just give them like 10% of the commissions and $1.50 per ticket, and MoviePass would have drived their 3 million plus subscribers to their theaters. I don't know why they didn't do that. So let's see here. Pete says, I don't see why Regal and other chains start their own subscription service. They probably will. I hear Regal is going to do that, at which point I will probably own a Regal and an AMC. But then I'd still have to go to like Lemley once in a while and pay out of pocket, and that's frustrating. So B. Edgar said should merge with another company. It very well might happen because I have talked to other investors of Helios and Matheson, some of which who definitely got out of this stock today. And they say that even with MoviePass losing money, that does not bother them so much. It's Ted Farnsworth and his management. That's what bothers them. That's why the stock tanks so much, because the stock was still going down at 10, it'd go down like 12 cents, 11 cents, 10 cents, 9 cents, 8 cents. So it's going down. We're not going to say it's not. But the reason it just dipped once the reverse stock split is, and I made another video about this, Ted Farnsworth lied. He said they would wait until as long as they had to before they would RS the stock, and they would only do they only need to do 1 to 10 to get it above $1. Heck, maybe 1 to 40 if they wanted a little wiggle room. But they did the max they could, and now look what happened. Look what happened. It was just a disaster all around. So Joe says, Helios is a scam, always was. I don't think how they will keep growing after the news comes out that they're filing for Chapter 11. Did they file for Chapter 11? Has it changed that fast? I wish I could check, but my I'm using the phone to record, so if they file for Chapter 11, then I guess my prediction came true a lot faster than I expected. Let's see here. Joe says that people will avoid and they'll start to cancel. Here's the thing that I don't understand. One thing we need to also keep in mind with all of this stock talk, the general public big truck again, does not care about the stock. Hey, as long as the service is $10 or heck, maybe $15, I also anticipate like a slight hike in price to fit $12 or $15 a month. As long as it's cheap and they can still see their movies, they don't care about the stock. Investors do, but not the people. So if people are looking at this, if you thought people were canceling MoviePass because the stock was 9 cents a share at one point, guys, there's a reason MoviePass, in none of their filings have they reported they've lost so many subscribers, because they just haven't. It's still too good of a deal. Let's see here. VHS Pro Wrestling. Which service would you recommend? How do you rank the various services available? I have, until MoviePass is officially gone, I continue to stand by my recommendation of you have both AMC and MoviePass. For $30 a month, you get the best of both worlds. AMC will cover most of your blockbusters, your 3D or IMAX. For the independent films like 8th Grade and 3 Identical Strangers, MoviePass, if they're around, would work. I always recommend both. So, let's see here. Mr. P Channel says maybe Regal Cinemas will buy MoviePass, and that might be the most logical thing, because you know what? When you have that many subscribers, if Regal buys MoviePass, this would give them so much. First of all, it'd give them 3+ million subscribers that, you know, they can drive to the Regal theaters by not charging peak pricing for those theaters and by giving a discount on the concessions. But if someone decides to go to another theater, they'll still charge the peak pricing, but it will give them information about what movies they're seeing at other theaters. So that might be a very valuable purchase for Regal. And it'll be even especially valuable if Helios and Matheson does spin it off and Regal just buys them outright. So that's a good one. Let's see here. Katie is uncool. Says, I'm waiting for the dreaded "it's been nice, but that's all" folks email. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for it too. And Katie, I want to address you real quick, because you did leave a comment earlier on my page and I haven't responded to it, so I'll respond to it now. You're like, why doesn't MoviePass just charge me $20 and stop treating me as a customer poorly? And the answer is because once it's $20, the customer would treat MoviePass poorly. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. When you're paying $10, there's actually a lot of people who don't use their MoviePass because it's only $10 and there's nothing they want to see. But if it's $20, you not only make it a point to use it, you make it a point to use it more than you normally would. So the peak pricing, I feel, was a perfect compromise. And by the way, if you think AMC is above doing this, they will do it at some point themselves. So that's why again, MoviePass, I think, made a lot of sense where it transitioned into like Amazon Prime. You had access to everything, but some things you get to see for free, and some things you get at a major discount. That's what MoviePass needed to become. I don't know if we're actually going to get to that point. Joe says, losing subs is really a bad possible circumstances from filing. Well, I don't know if that would be, because again, it's $10. If people pay it and they don't see a movie, it's $10. Who cares? They got so much more use out of it. And did people stop going to Six Flags because it went bankrupt? No, they didn't. So I don't think that's... Reggie says, let's be real, double the monthly price, it's still a deal. Well, I just explained why they shouldn't double the monthly price. Silent Momentum said, would a sustainable family plan save MoviePass? I think a sustainable MoviePass plan would help a lot. Like, I could see them charging $60 a month for a 4-plan MoviePass card. I think that would help a lot. Now, if the family sees more than one movie, they're still losing a lot of money. But, you know what? And that's another problem. You see, if it's high enough, they will make it a point to use their card. And one of the thoughts behind the $9.95 price point, and my dad is and my brother is a good example of this, is that at $9.95, if there's nothing you want to see, you will not see something, and you won't think twice about it. And you will pay 10... I think those people recognize me because they were waving. They will pay the $10 and not complain. And that's why I think MoviePass wants to hold off a little bit longer, because if they could survive Mission Impossible, again, if they can survive Mission Impossible, then August, there's not that many releases that people are going to want to see. So the money will dry up. The amount of usage will go down. September, there's really nothing to see. So the usage will go down. October, still not a lot to see until you get to Goosebumps near the end of the year. So for those 3 months, you would probably have a good 20 to 35% of your customers that are paying $10 a month and not seeing movies. And that's what they were banking on. So, but if they make it $20, oh boy, people will use that card, and they will use it way more than $20. And AMC has found that out really quickly. There's a reason you don't see any stories about A, how many subscribers they've gotten, and B, how much people are using it. Because AMC's starting to realize just how difficult this was. And like, they're probably thinking like, maybe we should have partnered with MoviePass, let them cover some of this, but oh well. Let's see here. I don't know why, but your thumbnail makes me laugh. Oh, I'm glad it makes you laugh. Joe says, there's some Indian bozo company that's behind the scenes, which is a fraud company. Also, Ted and Mitch have been behind scams in the past. Well, Mitch has not been behind too many. Mitch helped build Netflix and Redbox. Those aren't scams. Ted has definitely registered like 50 companies, and he has been part of a scam. And the Indian company, yeah, Helios and Matheson does exist overseas under a slightly different name, and they were a Ponzi scheme, and that is very troubling. So another video might be required to fully get into that. I've only got 9 more minutes left, so let's continue. Aaron Ramirez says, you do great videos. Thanks for doing these videos and help keep us with the news. Oh, you're welcome. And yeah, keep an eye out, because I'm going to go to a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday schedule so that you'll have predictable days when I can upload. So let's see here. Katie, yes, Reggie, why the surge pricing? Why just go up the monthly price? Well, Katie, I explained why. And I think you know it's true. Someone says, can you please make more videos criticizing the MPAA? I've actually got one of them in the works. Sneak preview. I'm definitely going to be thinking long and hard about why the MPAA thinks Mr. Rogers and Winnie the Pooh are not family friendly. So, one guy says, I use MoviePass at LeMay 90% of the time. Yep, and I think, and that's actually fine, because LeMay is a partner theater, so MoviePass gets a kickback when you see it at LeMay or Studio Movie Grill, so that's a bonus. Okay, RLI says, Kevin, why is MoviePass not offering Mission Impossible today? Not available on MoviePass, answers please. Simple answer, I mean, I explained it earlier, but I assume you just got here. They can't afford to buy Mission Impossible tickets. Mission Impossible made $6 million on Thursday night previews. They're looking at a $160 million opening. MoviePass cannot afford that right now. So you're not going to be seeing Mission Impossible with MoviePass. Buy it out of pocket or use your AMC stubs. It ain't going to happen with MoviePass. That said, on one more note with Mission Impossible, I am curious about it. I am curious what that's going to do, because here's the thing. How should I put this? Even though 3 million people are not enough to make Mission Impossible a failure, you've got 3 million people who might very well not go to Mission Impossible, and that could hurt the box office. It'll be interesting to see if the actual box office are lower than the projections, because a lot of people on MoviePass simply decided not to see it because it wasn't part of the subscription. So, and that might be another change that's coming. As much as I hate to say it, there might have to be this situation where MoviePass has to say, hey, for the first 2 weeks, you can't see the movie, period. You just can't. We can't afford to do that. And wait out the demand. And I know some people balk at that. They definitely do. And it's not ideal. But you know what? I would rather see the movie 2 weeks later at a heavy discount or practically for free than to not have MoviePass at all and have to pay full price for it all the time. So Mission Impossible is going to be an interesting one. Joe says they didn't file yet, but I think you're right, they will. Okay. Eric says lots of e-ticket theaters. Low Roller Scratcher, who is a frequent commenter, I love him, says, wow, the stock dropped $2 per share. Yep. As you point out, the split was $25 a couple days ago. The shareholders did not like being lied to, and when you find out that you don't have $3 million to pay your credit card operator, that's a problem. Now, granted, $3 million sounds like a lot of money, but for a company, it's realistically not. So, yeah, there's a reason it's tanking. Les Anderson Jr. says, I'm keeping MoviePass until the end. Excluding movies is awful enough. Exactly. Latoya S. says, it wouldn't be Regal. They were purchased by Cineworld, I believe. Well, maybe not, but, well, there's nothing saying that Cineworld can't buy MoviePass. It just depends. RLI says they should raise it to $20 per month. Losses will be minimal. Nope, they shouldn't do that. I explained why a couple times. When the live stream is done, you can go back and watch earlier, but that would actually lose them more money. Joe says, you're making really good points, by the way. I just think Helios was a ghetto fake company. I give them props from the consumer standpoint, but Wall Street will make sure for their lives will go under. Yes, well, and again, MoviePass might not go under if they go under. Ted Farnsworth has already said he plans to spin off MoviePass. In fact, upon hindsight, it's looking like Helios and Matheson was a cover to raise money for MoviePass. And once they spin it off, as a large shareholder, he will get a lot of the IPO or the buyout price, and Helios and Matheson will go under. So, yeah, that's probably a good prediction what's going to happen. Peak price, Savannah said peak pricing bullcrap. I saw one for almost $6 additional. Well, you know what? What's better, paying $6 discounts on 6 movies a month or going back to paying $15 for all 6 movies individually? You tell me. Asifa said, why not meet in the middle of $15? I think that will happen. I think the $15 price point is coming. I think that's cheap enough that some people still wouldn't mind not seeing a movie once in a while. But to hit it at 20, that's where it becomes a problem. Hunter Daniel said, the debt Regal Cinema would gain by buying MoviePass makes impossible. Well, guys, they don't have $1 billion in debt yet. In fact, they don't have any debt at all. They plan to raise debt to keep the company afloat, but at the moment they don't have debt. So there you go. Lowrider said the stock split. Yeah. Let's see here. Let me find. Oh, bye, Mr. Pete. Dave Ganger, made sense. Is it the end? No, but the end is nigh unless some of these changes happen. Let's see here. Jeremy Barlow says, the question is, had the surge pricing allowed them to build up more money due next month or not? I think it did. I think they should have introduced peak pricing sooner myself. But that was like really bad. I think they always intended to introduce surge pricing, but to do it a day after AMC announced their plan, that was not wise. Maybe it was just unavoidable. Who knows? I've got 3 minutes. Let's find some good questions. AMC Premiere marks every ticket they sell through their program at $10, no matter the format, whether it be Dolby, IMAX, or 3D. It's how they're sustainable. That is true. On the other hand, movie theaters are very much aware of that, and if they don't like that for too long, they could pull the nuclear option and stop sending movies to AMC. And by the way, now that Disney has officially been approved to buy Fox by the shareholders, be warned, because they own 40% of the movies. Once they own 40% of the movies, they could go to AMC and say, hey, your movies either do not work with AMC stubs, you pay us the full price, whether it's AMC stubs or not, or we don't let you have your movies. That is something MoviePass did not have to worry about, and that's another reason you want to keep MoviePass around. Let's see here. Just because why don't they drop the blackout dates before the actual weekend? That's what pisses people. Heads up, they effed up people's weekends. So you couldn't see a movie that weekend. The company is going bankrupt. You might not be able to have it anymore. You're going to go back to paying $15 a ticket. Guys, priorities. Let's see here. No one ever talks about Cinemia. Well, Katie is uncool. I heard AMC is basing their plan off Europe Cineworld, not MoviePass, which is why there's hope there. Yeah, but, well, Cineworld is its own chain over there. Chains do have slightly different rules. MoviePass was paying the whole ticket price, so let's see here. And as Jimmy pointed out, in the terms of service, they have stated that sometimes tickets would not be available. Boy, I got a lot of messages. Okay, I finally caught up, and Julie says, I think one main reason Surge was used to spread the watching out more through the week, so they wouldn't be overloaded the weekends like the weekend. That's probably it. So someone asked a question. This is a good question to end on, and then I'm going to end this, but I want to thank you all for taking your time to join me on this live stream, and of course we'll talk more about in the future. But what is the long-term future for MoviePass? Well, I suspect in a week they will file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They will start some restructuring. They will probably fire Ted Farnsworth, hopefully. During the restructuring, chances are they will get a buyout offer from an information company like Facebook or Amazon or Google or even Regal or Cinemark, a theater who wants that information and they want those 3+ million subscribers. Because don't scoff at the 3 million subscribers. They are clearly very valuable to anyone. And, you know, and that's at least like $300 million coming in every month. So a company like Google or Facebook could definitely, you know, stem the losses a little bit. That's the best possible scenarios for them to get bought out at this point. In the meantime, you will probably see a $5 price increase. The peak pricing is not going to go away. And again, don't plan on seeing Mission Impossible Fallout with MoviePass. It ain't gonna happen. So, and you can watch my other video. But you know what? If you guys don't like the peak pricing, get AMC, but keep the MoviePass. Keep it for those once in a while movies that AMC does not have that you will not get charged a peak price for. It's not bad to have too. I mean, what you people are looking at this is like, oh, I got to spend $20 extra a month to see movies. No, the way you should look at it is for $30 a month, I can see anything I want. So that's what it should be. Okay, we are now 2 minutes above what I had intended this to be. Boy, rushing through a live stream is hard work. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this. For anyone who missed the live stream and watched this after the fact, please, what did you think? I would love to know. Comment below and give it a thumbs up if you like it. And like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you really enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, of course. But even just $1 goes a long way in helping the channel maintain running smoothly. And I just lost $300 on Helios and Matheson, so help a brother out. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one. Oh, and by the way, sneak preview. Aside from the MPAA videos I'm making, I also want to make a video about Netflix buying the rights to Mowgli from Warner Brothers, because holy cow, do I have some thoughts about that. So check back Monday for some of those videos. Have a good one.